The idea of earning money while you sleep is incredibly seductive. It whispers promises of freedom, calm mornings, spontaneous travel, and the ability to design life entirely on your own terms. Across social media feeds, podcasts, and glossy online ads, passive income is often portrayed as the ultimate escape route from traditional work. It looks effortless, it sounds smart, it feels like the secret that everyone else has already figured out. But there's a quiet side to this story that rarely gets told, because behind the polished thumbnails and confident success stories, there's a complicated truth about passive income that deserves a closer look. And understanding that truth might not just change how you think about money, it might change how you think about success itself. The phrase passive income suggests something simple. It implies income that flows without ongoing effort, money arriving consistently while you focus on hobbies, family, or creative pursuits. The concept sounds almost magical, like planting a seed and watching a forest grow while you relax in the shade. This dream is not entirely fictional. There are genuine ways to build income streams that require less day-to-day involvement over time. Some people build digital products that continue to sell. Others invest in assets that generate returns. Some create content libraries or businesses that operate with minimal supervision after a long development phase. But here's where the story begins to shift. What often gets left out is the enormous amount of work, uncertainty, patience, and sometimes luck that happens before anything becomes passive at all. Many creators, entrepreneurs, and investors spend years experimenting, failing, rebuilding, and learning before they ever see consistent returns. The highlight reels usually begin at the moment success becomes visible. Rarely do they show the quiet periods filled with doubt, trial and error, and financial risk. The myth of instant passive income can create unrealistic expectations. When people enter this space believing that results should arrive quickly, frustration often follows. Some abandon promising projects too early because they expected effortless success rather than gradual momentum. Another overlooked reality is that most passive income streams are not completely passive. They often require maintenance, updates, customer support, or reinvestment. A digital course may need regular updates to stay relevant. Rental properties can require repairs or tenant management. Content channels need fresh material to stay visible in algorithms. Investment portfolios often require monitoring and adjustment. The income may become more flexible or less time-intensive compared to traditional work, but it rarely becomes completely hands-off. There is also a deeper psychological layer to this conversation. The marketing around passive income sometimes frames traditional employment as something to escape at all costs. It can create the impression that stability or consistent work lacks ambition or creativity. Yet many people find purpose, community, and personal growth through careers that are anything but passive. When passive income is presented as the only path to freedom, it can unintentionally create dissatisfaction with perfectly meaningful and fulfilling forms of work. That narrative deserves thoughtful reconsideration. Another truth worth exploring involves financial risk. Building passive income streams often requires upfront investment. That investment might be time, money, education, or emotional energy. Sometimes it involves all of these elements combined. Not every attempt succeeds. Some projects never generate meaningful returns. Others take far longer than expected to become profitable. Some reports suggest that survivorship bias plays a strong role in passive income conversations. People naturally share successful outcomes more often than unsuccessful attempts. As a result, audiences may see polished success stories without realizing how many unseen attempts exist behind the scenes. This doesn't mean passive income is unattainable. It simply means the journey is usually far more complex than it appears. And here's where the conversation becomes even more interesting. Many of the people who successfully build sustainable passive income streams do not focus on passivity at the beginning. They focus on creating genuine value. They solve problems, entertain audiences, educate communities, or build services that improve daily life. Over time, value creates demand. Demand creates opportunity. Opportunity creates income that may eventually require less direct effort. In other words, passive income often emerges as a byproduct of consistent, active effort. There is also a timing element that rarely gets discussed openly. The digital world moves quickly. Trends shift. Platforms change their rules, markets evolve. A strategy that works brilliantly during one era may struggle in another. Sustainable passive income usually depends on adaptability and long-term thinking rather than quick wins. At this point, you might be wondering if the dream of passive income is simply an illusion. That's a fair question, but the truth is more nuanced than a simple yes or no. Passive income is not a myth. However, the version often advertised online can be deeply simplified. Real passive income is usually the result of skill development, strategic planning, and persistent refinement over extended periods of time. It is less about escaping work entirely and more about transforming how work interacts with your lifestyle. And here's something rarely mentioned in the louder conversations. For many people, the pursuit of passive income can become stressful if approached with unrealistic pressure. Constant comparison to online success stories can lead to burnout or feelings of inadequacy. Some individuals invest heavily into projects that do not align with their interests simply because they appear profitable.
True sustainability often comes from alignment between income strategies and personal strengths, interests, and long-term goals. Let's pause for a moment, because this is where a deeper question quietly emerges. What if the real goal is not passive income at all? What if the deeper desire is flexibility, autonomy, and control over how time is spent? That shift in perspective can change everything. Some people discover that flexible freelance work provides more freedom than attempting to build automated businesses. Others find that combining stable employment with small creative projects creates balance and security. Some entrepreneurs build companies they genuinely enjoy running, even if they remain actively involved. Freedom can take many forms, and passive income is only one possible route toward it. There is another layer that deserves attention, and it involves the emotional side of money. Financial independence is often portrayed as a finish line where stress disappears and happiness becomes permanent. According to available information from behavioral research, human satisfaction tends to depend on purpose, relationships, and personal growth as much as financial security. Money can reduce certain pressures and create new opportunities, but it rarely solves every emotional challenge. Some individuals who achieve significant passive income still pursue new goals, creative projects, or meaningful work because humans naturally seek progress in engagement. Now here's a moment to re-engage your curiosity, because there's a surprising twist in this entire conversation. Some of the most financially stable individuals do not rely on a single passive income stream. Instead, they build layered income ecosystems that include active and semi-passive components working together. This approach can create resilience during economic shifts or market changes. It also allows individuals to explore new interests without relying entirely on automated systems. The popular narrative often focuses on finding a single perfect passive income source. The reality is often more dynamic and flexible.
Let's talk about patience, because patience is perhaps the most underrated element in building any long-term financial structure. The early stages of building passive income frequently feel anything but passive. They can involve late nights, learning unfamiliar skills, navigating unexpected setbacks, and continuing forward without immediate results. This stage is rarely glamorous, which is exactly why it is often skipped in public storytelling. Yet it is usually the stage where most of the real transformation happens. Skills compound. Confidence grows, strategy improves, even failures become valuable forms of education. Another truth that deserves honest conversation is accessibility. Not everyone starts from the same financial or educational position. Some individuals have more resources, support systems, or free time to experiment with passive income strategies. Acknowledging these differences allows for more realistic and compassionate conversations about financial growth. Despite these challenges, the concept of building income streams that offer flexibility remains deeply appealing, and it should. Financial creativity has expanded dramatically with the growth of digital platforms, global marketplaces, and online education. Opportunities exist that previous generations could only imagine. The key difference lies in approaching those opportunities with clarity rather than illusion. And as we move toward the end of this conversation, there's one final thought worth reflecting on. The real danger of the passive income myth is not financial loss, It is the possibility of overlooking the value of meaningful work, steady growth, and personal development while chasing the illusion of effortless success. Some of life's most rewarding achievements come from projects that demand attention, creativity, and dedication. Ironically, many people who successfully build passive income streams discover that they still choose to work. Not because they have to, but because they want to. Because building, creating, and contributing often brings fulfillment that automation alone cannot provide. So perhaps the most powerful question is not how to stop working entirely. Perhaps the more meaningful question is how to design work that supports the life you want to live. If you found value in this video, consider leaving a like. Subscribing to the channel helps you stay connected with future discussions. Thanks for spending this time here, and I'll see you in the next video.